To get started, you want to arrange your first 4 cords on the board. So you'll have one of your longer cords on either side on the outside, and in the centre you can have your shortest cords. Now this should be the one that's the centre of your flower, and this should be the colour that's going to be the petals. So to begin with, you want to take all your cords and clip them to the bottom of your board. And then you want to take your last colour, and then you want to match the ends, and then you want to run them through your fingers to find the centre. And then you're going to take the centre and you're going to place it underneath all of your cords that are clipped to the board. And you just want to hold it in place and then pull one end out the other side, so you just have one end at either side. And then you can just go straight into a square knot by holding this in position as you do it, just for your first pit. And then going over, and then over here, and then under and pulling through. And this first one can be a little bit fiddly. And just tighten that bit, and then you can let go once you've done that, and then just complete your square knot by going under, then under and over and pull through. And once you've done your first square knot, you can push it up to the top into position. So once you've done that, you want to do a few more square knots. Now I'm going to do 5, but you can do more or less if you want, just to space out your flower pattern. So once you've done however many square knots you want in your beginning, you can unclip from the bottom of the board. And then you want to take your colour that's next to that one and put that to one side. And then you want to clip your centre colour back to the bottom of the board. And then leaving this colour out, you want to take this colour and you want to do a square knot over your shortest cord. And then you can unclip your shortest cord from the bottom of the board, move this out of the way for now, and then you want to take your outside cord and clip this to the bottom of the board. And then you want to take the colour next to it, you want to go over and pull through, and then under and pull through. And you want to do this twice, so again over and pull through, and then under and pull through. And then you can unclip and put these out of the way, and take your centre cords and put those out of the way, and then you want to repeat a mirror image of that at this side. So take your outside cord, clip it to the board and do your 2 hitch knots. So just go over, pull through, then under and pull through, and then repeat. So once you've done that, you can unclip, and then you want to take your 2 shortest cords from the centre, and you can add a bead for this bit of the detail if you want, but because I've got the correct coloured cord, I'm just going to use the cord. So I'm just going to do 2 forward knots here, and then I want to clip these 2 back to the board, and then taking the cord next to it, I want to do 1 more square knot. Once I'm happy that that's nice and tight, I can also clip these two colours back to the board like I had in the beginning. And then I want to repeat what I did there. So I'm just doing the same amount of square knots as I did at the beginning, and I just want to keep repeating these steps all the way down until I've got the bracelet as long as I want it to be. So once you've got the bracelet as long as you want it, you can unclip from the bottom of the board, and then you want to trim your two cords either side. And then you want to seal. So I'm going to use a lighter to seal, but you could use glue if you prefer. And once you've sealed the end, you want to take the 4 remaining cords and you want to split them into 3. And then you're going to braid for your tie-on end. And you want to do this at both sides. Once you've got your braided tie-on as long as you want it, you want to take all your cords and tie a knot in the end to hold everything in place. And then again you want to trim and seal any excess. And once you've finished, you should end up with something that looks like this. And that is your completed daisy chain friendship bracelet.